They supported a government motion by 472 votes to 117, a majority of 355. During the debate, many Labour MPs criticised Jeremy Corbyn's opposition to Trident, and 60% of them defied him in the vote. From Westminster, our political correspondent Tom Bateman.
There was never really any question over whether the government would win this vote. It did so decisively. But the result exposed the deep divisions within the Parliamentary Labour Party. More than half of its MPs sided with the government to back replacing Britain's nuclear submarines. Their leader, Jeremy Corbyn, was among 47 Labour MPs voting against. A similar number were absent. Mr Corbyn argued that threatening mass murder was not the way to handle international relations. The SNP also opposed the motion, saying the continued stationing of submarines on the Clyde could accelerate moves towards independence. For the Prime Minister, Theresa May, the vote provided an important moment of symbolism ahead of her first cabinet meeting this morning. She will be keen to try to demonstrate unity in her party after the turmoil and division of the EU referendum and the acute challenges left in its wake.
There's been controversy at the opening day of the Republican Party convention in the US city of Cleveland. Two passages of a speech by Donald Trump's wife, Melania, were strikingly similar to words used by the First Lady, Michelle Obama. By 2020, rather than £8.4 billion as claimed by the government. They say the figure is lower than ministers have suggested because while frontline spending is going up, other areas such as the training budget are being cut. The Department of Health says it's actively supported the NHS's plan for the future despite public finances being tight. But Dr Sarah Wollaston, the Conservative chair of the Health Select Committee, told us important budgets were being cut back.
Essentially, they're not accounting for the whole of health spending as would normally be the case. And so what we're seeing is money being transferred effectively from those really important training budgets, Health Education England, and from the budgets that look at public health. And we heard, for example, this week, the Prime Minister talking on the steps of Downing Street about burning inequalities, tackling health inequalities. And public health budgets and our NHS workforce are going to be crucial to actually achieving that.
The Chief Executive of NHS England is calling for the creation of a substantial public fund for healthcare infrastructure. Writing in the Daily Telegraph, Simon Stevens says the government should take advantage of historically low borrowing costs to replace